فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Peace be with you. The Chronicles of Ramadan this year are going to focus on a very specific topic, which is the spiritual teachings from Palestine. We all know what is happening there and what the Palestinians had to go through over the last almost 2 years, but more than that, over the last decades of their existence over there. And the point for us is not to come and to try to translate something which is the spiritual teachings are to do with our feelings and our introspections as believers or as human beings. It's deeper than that. The spiritual teachings are something which is connected from a very specific understanding of spirituality in Islam. For spirituality in Islam is a spiritual intelligence, meaning that when you are dealing with facts and when you are dealing with news and when you are dealing with what the state of affairs in the world, the spiritual dimension is always to try to get the meaning of things, the meaning of history, the meaning of tests. And this is a spiritual intelligence, a spiritual mind that is trying to get the meaning. But at the same time in Islam, there is an intellectual spirituality, meaning that in the way you deal with your mind, in the way you deal with your understanding, what you have to do is always to translate this into something which is ethical, reasonable, wise, and these two dimensions are connected. And even when we deal with what is going in Palestine, it's very much and it's very important to go deep down in the very spiritual meanings of things in order to understand, in order to analyze, in order to remember that not only they are facing this trial, but it's up to us to understand and to try to get our responsibility towards what is happening. So this is something which is important, and Palestine is the center of so many teachings when it comes to this reality as Muslims and as human beings. Add to this something which is also very important. We are not going to talk about Palestine by forgetting all the other realities around the world, all the other victims in Congo, in Burma, in India, in China, in Russia, in African countries, or in Tibet, for example. This is not to be selective. It's just to get the meaning from Palestine as something which is witnessing all what the victims around the world are facing when it comes to this reality of power forgetting the humanity of our fellow human beings. So it's much more for us to get it as a witness, a testimony of what people are going through around the world, and through the spiritual teachings from Palestine to get the spiritual meanings of everything that is happening around the world, and for us to be with all the victims always, with no selection and no forgetfulness. So this is the point, and this is where we need also to understand that as Muslims, fasting is not only a personal, intimate experience. It's to come back to ourselves, not to forget our fellow human beings. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Life is fragile.
فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب.